G'day folks, it's Cortezerino. Today I'm going to show you how to build my AFK vine farm with a difference. For this one you will only ever need one set of shears. And that's because you can put mending on shears, and we've got a skeleton spawner in there. And the cool things about skeleton spawners is you can use tame dogs to kill them, and then you get the XP like you saw just there. So every time we do a lap of our AFK vine farm in these water streams, we are going to pass by the skelly spawner, collect the XP, and get our shears repaired. So I will switch into survival to show you how it works. You want to have some food in your offhand in case you get a little bit hungry, and your shears with Unbreaking 3 and Mending in your main hand. And then you want to come up to this little spot here, and you can get yourself set up without worrying about whacking anything. So I just use a rubber band around my mouse to hold down both mouse buttons, and then you walk into the side and let the water streams take you away. Now this farm will give you about 600 vines per hour, and that's starting, unlike I am now with all the vines fully grown. If you start with not being able to hit any of the vines and just letting them grow, that's when you'll get your 600 per hour. And yeah, all you do is you just sit here and go round and round and round. Now you want to do this with an empty inventory, because a lot of the vines will get stuck up on top of these slabs, and you just pick them up as you go by. So once your inventory fills all the way up, you won't be able to pick up those vines anymore that are sitting up on top of the slabs, so that will slow down the farm a little bit. But it's many hours of AFKing before you have to worry about that. So this farm is super duper simple to build. There is 0 redstone. I mean, I've got a little bit up here, but that's just so I can turn the spawning on and off. But other than that, there is no redstone in this at all. And you will get about 600 vines per hour using this farm. And you might think, well, why don't you just make it bigger? You could extend this all the way forever. Well, as long as it's not too big that your shears don't get fully repaired when you pass the skeletons. But I've taken the opinion that the skeleton drops are just as important as the vines that we're getting. So I wanted to stay within range of the spawner the entire time. And if you got really adventurous, you could use bubble columns to raise yourself up and have a second layer of vines up the top here, and then drop down, and you could double the amount of vines that way. But just in the interest of simplicity, we are going to keep it like this. So we've got a little staircase coming down here where you can get all of your skeleton drops. And on the other side, we have a little bit of a blank space. Let's just run around here. So there's nothing here, but what you can do, if you no longer need any more vines, there's only so many vines you actually need in the game, but you still want your skeleton drops. You can knock out this block here, maybe put an AFK fisher right here, and just stand an AFK, get all your XP, and get all your skelly drops. So let us begin. First, you want to find yourself a skeleton spawner, and you want to leave a 2-block gap above the spawner and a 3-block gap below, and then build a 9x9 platform above and below. And then you can break these 3 blocks. You don't need them, but do leave the 2 above the spawner. Then directly in the middle of this platform, I want you to place a fence gate, open it up, and break the block below it. And then you can begin to build your walls. So they're going to be 6 high, and they're going to start just from the edge right here. But don't be putting any blocks right here, because we're going to need that space for vines. Now, as soon as I build these walls, I'm going to have skeletons spawning everywhere. You've probably got torches all put down all over the place, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my redstone lighting sorted out so we can stop them from spawning whenever we want. So at the same level of the spawner there, I'm just going to put lamps like so all the way around. And then just place a line of blocks all the way around the sides of the redstone lamps just for your redstone. Then whichever side you want to turn it on from, just place a block there with a lever on top, and you can run, we'll switch the lever on so you can see it. We'll run redstone dust all the way up to there, and same on this side. We will need a repeater right here to reach the redstone lamps at the back. But we'll just continue that dust all the way around, and that will do it. You can put the dust there if you really want to, if you want it to look symmetrical. But now we can easily turn the spawner on and off. Then just place one bucket of water in each corner, and that will funnel all the skeletons to the center. Every now and then you'll get two sort of jammed over this little hole, but they don't stay jammed there for very long, and they'll fall down. So next, come below your spawning room, and where this hole is, where the skeleton's going to drop down, I want you to place 4 blocks to create a little bit of a tube. Beneath them, 4 glass blocks so we can see our skeletons. And then we're going to come down 1 more block and then punch a hole and have a hopper facing straight down. Now decide which side of the farm you want to enter by, because it's underground. You can have a tunnel coming in. I want to enter from this side, so I'll just put a sea lantern there to remind me. So on the opposite side from our entry point, I want you to place a block there. On this side, I'm going to punch a hole there and add another hopper leading into that one, and you can put carpet on both of them. Then I'm going to turn around, jump up, place a trapdoor, open him up, and this is where our XP is going to flow. So I'll place 2 blocks there, 2 blocks there, but around on this side, I want you to punch 2 holes there and put half slabs down the bottom, and that's where our doggies are going to sit. So we want our dogs to be inside of mine carts so they don't teleport to us every time we walk away. And we want to get the mine carts on top of those half slabs, so we might actually have to break that carpet for the time being and create a little bit of a wall here. We'll do this one first, so you just put down a bit of rail, get your dog to sit and push him on top of the rail. On you go, mate. Get in there. And then I'll stand him up, put the minecart down, he's in, and then you can just push them into the hole. And we'll do the second one. Alright, we've got our doggies on top of the half slabs, so we can break that block and replace our bit of carpet. But at the moment, the skeletons will be able to shoot them, so I want you to place a block there in between them, and then you can place some half slabs over their heads, and that will protect them from the skeletons. So the last thing to do is just grab some blocks and seal your dogs in. Alrighty, now we want to build the path that we're going to be standing in when we're in the water stream. So begin right in front of this trapdoor we placed. So place 1 block there, then another 10 in each direction. So there is 21 blocks in total across here. And then these sides are 12 blocks long, and just link them up in a rectangle. So when we're in our water stream, we're going to be facing away from the trapdoor, shearing vines out here. So we need to build something to keep the water back, but allow the vines to come through into our water stream. So grab some packed ice and put a line of it in front of those blocks there. Then place a block on the end, and we're going to put half slabs all the way across. And then we'll do the same thing on this side, but this time you want to place a block on the inside of our rectangle. And once you've done that, place your half slabs in between the 2 blocks, and you should be looking like that. And the next thing to do, guys, is just build a wall using any old block you want all around your water stream. So the next thing you want to do is start placing signs and packed ice to control our water streams. So we're going to begin with 1 packed ice right here where we collect our XP, and a sign on the front to hold the water back, and then leaving 5 blocks of gap, we're going to continue placing more ice and signs. Now in 1.13, if you leave any more than 5 blocks of water, you're not going to have enough speed to cross this gap where the ice is. And if you're wearing depth strider boots as well, it'll slow you down and you won't cross that gap. So just leave 5 blocks gap. starting from where our trapdoor is. Now when you get to the back side here, the numbers aren't going to quite add up. So what you want to do here is have 2 lots of 4 blocks gap with a little 3 in the middle, but then just place your water streams in this direction all the way around. And you can see our CLN is over there to indicate that this is where we want to enter our farm. So what you can do is you break that block right there, and you can place another one right there. So what you do is you get here, get yourself set up, ready to go AFK with your mouse buttons held down, and then you can just walk into your water streams. So next we're just going to build the catchment area for all our vines. So remember, this is the front where we collect our XP. We're going to be facing in this direction. So leave 4 blocks of gap and build a wall all the way around here, and then just spam water all the way along here, and that'll push any vines underneath our slabs and into our water stream. And we're going to do exactly the same thing over here. So leaving 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks gap, we're going to build our catchment area and spam the water once again. So your farm should be looking like this, guys. So next we just need to build the areas for our vines to hang down, and they're going to be on a bit of a diagonal, as you can see here. So we've already got the space for 2 lots of the vines to grow. We're going to have some hanging off there and some hanging off there, but we want to build 2 more little platforms on the diagonal up the top here, and we can hang our vines, and then 1 more directly above our water stream. And I like to use sea lanterns here. You'd use glowstone or anything like that, because that will provide all the lighting so you don't get mobs spawning in here. And you don't want to use torches because you'll knock them out with your shears when you're using the farm. So bring that all the way over until we reach the edges of our water streams. So same on this side. 1, 2 more right to there, and build all these out as well. So there will be a world download in the description, guys, if you find it easier to build this part of the farm by looking at that. But if you're following the tutorial, just remember this first layer where we're hanging the vines is directly above our water stream there, and then we just come out 5, and the other side is an exact mirror of that side. So just build all your vines up like so. And remember, when you're using the farm, there is no protection for these vines. So if you bump your mouse and start shearing these ones, then you're going to have to come in and replace them later on. So if you're wondering, won't some vines just get stuck on top of these blocks here? Well, remember, you're building this underground, so this is all going to be solid rock along here. So no vines should be getting stuck there. However, on this side, when we're facing in this direction and chopping at the vines, you will get some getting stuck up along here. So we're going to do a few sneaky things to help prevent that. And the first one is, when just so you know which corner it is, you'll be coming down here facing in this direction, and the water stream is going to push you along here. So in this corner, we want to do something sneaky with some fence posts. So break that block, place a wooden fence right there. Then you place a temporary one right in the corner, one on top, break that. And then I want you to replace this block here with a slime block. And if you jump in the water stream now, you'll see when we go around the corner, we're pushed up almost right up against these slabs. And that will help us collect anything that gets stuck on top of there. And for the other 2 corners, this one up here, you can just place our block there with a wooden trapdoor on the front, and that will keep us a little bit more toward the edge here to pick up some vines. And we can do the exact same thing over in this corner here. So block there and a trapdoor. Now beneath this one, I want you to knock out that block, and our water's going to go everywhere. But you can place a slab on the top, so any items that are stuck in our water stream that we haven't picked up yet will flow straight underneath that slab. And then you can just break those 3 blocks. We'll grab a hopper and a double chest. So double chest right there with a hopper leading into it like so. and that will get any vines, especially once our inventory fills up. If you're AFKing for that long, that will collect all of our vines. And that is the vine farm 100% complete. So you've got our area for entering here. We've got our overflow chest to collect vines on this side. The only thing left to do is to create a storage area for all the skeleton drops. So what I like to do, you could use ladders here, but I like to create a staircase going down, and you can see I've built it on this one already. So nothing fancy here. Just got a staircase leading down, and where we had that hopper facing straight down, just got a bunch of chests that lead into each other to collect all our skelly drops. So thanks for watching, guys. I know this isn't the most OP vine farm in the world, but it is pretty cool that you only ever need the one set of shears. And honestly, long after you have all the vines you're ever going to need, you will still be AFKing here for the skeleton drops. So remember, the world download is in the description, and because of the sort of simplicity of this farm, I think it's actually easier to build looking at the world download rather than following the tutorial. But for you guys on the console, I hope that tutorial was easy enough to follow. So cheers guys, I'm Cortezerino. I will see you later.